Yeah, it was, well, so I was born on the Rosebud Reservation. My mom is originally from Boston. So I was born on the reservation, and then I moved to Boston till I was like 13. So I grew up in Boston, and then we moved back to the reservation when I was in like middle school or whatever. And that was a fucking crazy transition going from Boston to the reservation. And it was just like eye-opening to see like, I was like, what the, I had just no concept of it. So it was crazy just to like be in that environment from where I came from. And then, I adapted to it, like the poverty and the alcoholism and just everything is just so crazy on the res. Like people don't even realize, like still have like, a 1-bedroom house with 12 people living in it, with a wood stove. And it's just fucking wild. And so that, just seeing that life and just sort of molded where I came from, and it made me appreciate what I had, and made me, gave me the drive to push further and be like, all right, I definitely want to improve, on this situation or whatever. So it just gave me a work ethic, I think, that was a little bit, I don't know, better than other folks, I suppose, or I just wanted to work harder, I guess.
More drive, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Boston ain't no joke, either. The hustle of the big city, and then to go to, like you said, from there to the reservation, it had been like you was like a fish out of water at first.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and to be like, to be the new kid in town with the fucking Boston accent on the fucking res was like fucking crazy, to be like, what the fuck is this guy coming in here? And then, it was pretty wild. So it was like a hard transition at first, but it was cool after a while. We met a lot of cool people, and it took a few months to get on my feet, I suppose, but it was dope.
So you discovered hip hop in Boston then?
Yeah, yep. I discovered hip hop in Boston, and then like it's weird because like when I moved to the res, like they didn't even have fucking cable on the res when I fucking moved there.
Oh.
So like when I first moved to Boston or to Rosebud, they were just getting cable and just getting MTV. And that was around the time that like Dr. Dre's Chronic album came out, and like that shit was like all over MTV. And that it was funny because like on the res, like before they got MTV, everybody was cowboys because all they listened to was country music out there. And like it was funny to go from like one, you'd get out of school, everybody was cowboys. You'd go back to school, in the fall, and everybody was fucking gangsters now with Boys in the Hood and Dr. Dre, all that shit. I was like, wait a minute, he was just a fucking cowboy just 3 months ago. And then, it was crazy. But yeah.
When did the underground music start to, pick up over there?
You know what? Me and like a handful of other artists. There was Soul Crate Music. There was the Noblemen, and me, and we were the original. Like we created the South Dakota hip hop scene, and now there's a ton more artists all over the place and things like that. But when I first started, like either I was the first or second person to have like an actual album, and like for people to even to grasp the fact that there's somebody in South Dakota that fucking raps, like it was people didn't even believe it.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UGSforlife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.